Hello and happy morning to all of you. And I would like to welcome you all for this Sunday special mastermind session. Before I'm going to start the session, just as usual, I would like to remind you people there should not be any kind of distractions or disturbance from your side. That's what only you need to tell your family members not to disturb you, and make sure that your all notifications are off. And I hope that you have got a pen and notebook in your hand so that you can be able to make a notes. And suppose if you get any kind of questions or any doubts, you may ask at the end of the webinar. Well, so then if you are watching it as a recorded video, so then please watch it in one go. Okay, so let us begin. Well, friends, today the topic we're gonna cover is speaking English fluently. Okay, all of you want to speak English fluently? Yes or no? Just type in a chat box. How many of you want to speak English fluently? Just type in a chat box. Yes, Vinay is telling yes, Saida is telling yes, Kirti is telling yes. Yes, yes, everybody want, everybody, you people want to speak English fluently. That's not only you joined this course. Well, that's your motto. Okay, so first of all, my dear friends, if you want to speak English fluently, the one thing you must remember, you need to believe in yourself. This is very, very important. You need to believe yourself first of all, because what happens, so many people they want to speak English, but only thing is that when it comes to believing, so many people they don't believe themselves. The problem in the whole world, we believe the whole world, but we don't believe ourselves. That is the biggest problem. When you don't have belief in you, on that time you cannot get success in your life. See, sometimes the whole world might have been the against you, but if you have got 100% belief in you, and definitely you are going to get success in your life, my dear friends. Okay, so that's certainly you need to believe that yes, I can speak English. Yes, I can speak English. Okay, see, this is not a that rocket science that learning to speak English. It's not a big task. It's not a difficult task. But only thing is that it depends upon your belief. If you have got a belief that yes, it cannot be possible by me, so then it's not going to become possible. Suppose if you believe that yes, it's going to be very easy. I can learn. I can speak English very well. So then definitely you can learn it and you can speak it. Okay, the first thing you need to do, you need to believe in yourself, because belief is very, very important, my dear friends. What you believe, that's going to happen. Yes, I repeat, what you believe, that is going to happen, because our subconscious mind, continuously what we think, so that our subconscious mind is going to produce the result from those thinking, from those thoughts. So first you need to bring the change in your thought that yes, I can do it. Okay, friends. So then just type in a chat box, yes, I can speak English. I can speak English fluently. Just type in a chat box. Just type in a chat box. Type in a chat box. I can speak English. Vinay is typing. Yes, Manish has typed. Okay, Akshata has typed. Mayank has typed. Okay, Nadi madam has typed. Kirti. Very good, very good. Super, super, super. So first of all, you need to believe in yourself. Very important. Before 1954, before 1954, if anybody tells that, okay, I can run a mile, I can run a mile within a 4 minutes. So then people used to tell them they are mad. Yes, friends. There was a belief in the whole world before 1954. If anybody tells that it was the people, they believed that the for the human body it cannot be possible to run a mile within a 4 minutes. Okay, so all scientists believed it, and all people believed it. All the intelligent people in the whole world, they believed, they have got a firm belief in their mind. Yes, from the human body, you know, we can't run a mile by 4 minutes. So then there was a man, okay, there was a young man. He believed in himself. He didn't believe in what the whole world tell. He believed in himself. Okay, everybody is telling that it is not possible. Okay, let's make it possible. He believed in himself and he practiced a lot. And one fine day, he announced to the whole world that yes, I can run a mile within a 4 minutes. Then whole world told him, you know, he's insane, he's a mad. But he firmly told the whole world that yes, I can make it possible. So then one fine day, so the arrangement was made, you know. So all people gathered in one particular place throughout a throughout a 1 mile, you know. So many people, they gathered to see that event. In that event, that young man, you know, he started running and he broke the record, my dear friends. He broke the record. When he reached the particular goal, he reached the goal 3.57 seconds. It means he broke that record and he made it possible, which one the whole world believed that it is not possible. That young man's name is Roger Bannister. You know, everybody surprised, the whole world surprised that Roger Bannister did it. How it could be possible? Because he trained himself, he believed himself, he practiced himself. Okay, that's what only it was possible by him. Okay, and one more thing, surprisingly, you know, after the Roger Bannister broke that record, you know, within a 1 month, in the whole world, 100 more people broke that record, my dear friends. Yes, so then how it could be possible by those all 100 people? Before Roger Bannister did that event, before Roger Bannister, you know, broke that record, they could have got a, they could be, uh, they could also, you know, run a mile within a 4 minutes, but they didn't have belief in their mindset. Okay, once the Roger Bannister broke that record, they believed themselves. Yes, if he is breaking that record, means it is possible by us also. They believe themselves and they break the record. So it shows that what we believe, it is going to happen, my dear friends. If you believe yourself, yes, I am good. Yes, I am intelligent. You will become intelligent. If you believe yourself, I am dull, then you are going to become dull. Okay, so that's what only I tell you to believe in yourself that yes, you are going to make it, you are going to do it. Okay, so how many of you are now are going to believe in yourself? Just type I believe myself, I believe myself. Just type in a chat box, I believe myself, I believe myself. Vinay is telling, Manjunath is telling, Akshata is telling, Tejas is telling. Okay, Nadi madam is telling. Very good, very good. Super, super, super. Okay, so first tip is what then? You need to believe in yourself. Okay, so let's go to the second tip. You know, if you want to speak English fluently, just you need to know that English is not a subject, it is a language. You know why English has become difficult to so many people? It's because in their education life, what we do, we learn English as a subject, not as a language. That is the biggest problem in our education. Yes, my dear friends, even though if you are an English medium student, you may be Kannada medium students, the problem is same. Even though you are an English medium student, you also, the most of the students, they study English as a subject, not as a language. You know, just remember the days, you know, we used to get education. Remember those days? Why English was become a difficult to us? Being a Kannada medium student, why English was difficult to us? It's because in our school days, we learnt English as a subject, not as a language. On that time, our motto was to just get through the exam. Okay, we could be able to read English, we could be able to write English, but we could not speak English, even single sentence also. It's because we never tried it, we never practiced it. That is a problem. Okay, because we never thought that English is a language. We just believed that, we just thought that English as a subject only. So that's certainly our duty is to pass the examination. Okay, our motto was not to speak English. Our motto was to just passing the examination, just getting the marks. That's it only. When as a adult, when we grown up, on that time we came to know that yes, English is very very important language in the whole world. We must improve that. On that time we started speaking English, then it's becoming problem to us. That's what only in our mind we need to bring the change. We need to bring the change pattern that English is not a subject, English is a language. The language should be learned, the language should be learned as a language only. The language should not be learned as a subject. My dear friends, there are two ways to learn any language. Okay, if you want to learn any language, if you want to learn to speak any language, there are two ways. Which are those two ways? The first way is natural way of learning language. Second way is unnatural way of learning language. Then what is the natural way of learning language? You know, the natural way of learning language is like how the small child, small baby learns the language. It is called the natural way of learning language, my dear friends. Just remember how you could be able to learn our mother tongue. Maybe your mother tongue Kannada, maybe your mother tongue Marathi, maybe your mother tongue is Hindi, maybe your mother tongue is a particular language, whatever it might be. Just remember how it could be possible by you easily you learn that mother tongue. Did you go to any Kannada spoken class? No. Did you go to any Hindi spoken class? No. Then how it was possible by you know, learning the language very easily when you were a small child? Because on that time we used the natural way of learning language, my dear friends. Yes. What is the natural way of learning language? How the child learns? The first child learns by listening, isn't it? By listening, then watching, then observing, then then speaking. Okay, I repeat: listening, observing, watching, sorry, listening, watching, observing, and then speaking. This is very very important. First child starts to listen first. Okay, whatever the sound used to come, he start listen, and it used to watch. Okay, what the people are speaking. Then he starts observing. When it starts observing, you know, it starts to understand that language. Then it start to speak. Even though the child might have made so many mistakes, but it never stopped learning, my dear friends. It never stopped speaking. Listening, observing, speaking. Listening, observing, speaking. the continuous process the child does, and one fine day it could be able to speak mother tongue very, very fluently. And later, when the child grown up, you know, at the age of 4 or 5, then it start it starts learning writing and reading. In the same way, we also learned our mother tongue. Yes, but why English is becoming difficult to us is because for English, what we are doing, we are not listening, we are not watching, we are not speaking. First, first what we did, in our school days, we started writing and reading first, but we didn't try to speak it. That's what only spoken English is becoming difficult to us. Okay, have you understood it? So now onwards, you need to think in your mind that yes, English is only a subject. Sorry, English is only language. It is not a subject. Okay. So now onwards, how many of you are going to uh, bring the change in your mindset that yes, English is not a subject, English is a language? Just type in a chat box, English is language, English is language. Just type English is language. Just type in a chat box, English is language. Akshata, Mayank, Vinay, Nadi madam, very good, very good. Varun is telling, Tejas is telling, Saida is telling, Manjunath is telling, okay, Manish is telling, very good. Punit is telling, Siddham sir is telling, wonderful, wonderful. Very good, very good. Okay. So now onwards, you need to try to adopt the method of natural way of learning the language. It means you need to start, you need to start, first of all, listen more, watching more English, and then speaking more English. Okay. In this way, you can be able to learn English language. Wonderful. And next thing, this is very, very important, my dear friends. What is that? Think in English. This is very, very important. See, if you want to speak English language, first of all, you need to think it, think in your mind. Okay. See, in our mind, from morning to night, as per one scientific survey, the human beings get approximately 60,000 thoughts per day. I repeat, the human beings get approximately 60,000 thoughts per day. And among the 60,000 thoughts, my dear friends, 40% we think always about a past, 40% we think always about a future, only 20% we focus on present. And among the 60,000 thoughts, just ask a question, how many thoughts are you thinking in English? Ask a question. How many thoughts are you thinking in English? Just type in a chat box approximately how many thoughts do you think in English daily? Just type in a chat box. Just I would like to know from you how many thoughts do you think in English? Just type in a chat box. Come on, my dear friends. Nali madam is telling not in a single one. Okay, good. Vinay is telling 30 to 50. No, Punit is telling think in English. Okay. How many thoughts approximately? Mayank is telling 80. No, I don't believe so. Mayank. Okay. Akshata is telling 20. Okay, might be. Very good. See, Kirti is telling 50. No, no, no. Manish is telling 20 to 30. See, my dear friends, you know, hardly. Tejas is telling 40. Manish is telling 20 to 30. Punit is telling 40%. See, my dear friends, very important. You don't believe that as per one scientific survey, those who are not English native speakers, they hardly think in their mind only 10%. Yes, my dear friends. If we are not English native speakers, we hardly think in English only 10%. And that's not only the English, that's not only English subject is becoming a difficult to us. That's why what we need to do, we need to start thinking in English. We need to start thinking in English. This is very, very important. So what you think in your mind, it is going to come out from your mouth as a words. I repeat, what you think in your mind, it is going to come out from your mouth as a words, as a language, as a sentences. First of all, you need to change the thinking pattern in your mind. From the time of getting up in the morning till we go to bed, we always think in Kannada language. Just remember today, when you got up in the morning, in which language did you think? And ask a question now, in which language are you thinking right now? Which language are you thinking right now? Ask a question. When we think continuously in Kannada, what happens? The Kannada language is going to come out from our mouth. When we start thinking in English, English language is going to come out. Okay? Yes, Nali madam is telling that not even thinking in single one. That's why we are suffering to speak. Yes, ma'am. That's right. That's right. Okay, that's what only. I urge you, think in English. Okay, you need to think in English. Sir, you have been telling that think in English. Then how we should think in English, sir? You may ask a question. Okay, friends. So if you want to bring the changes in your thinking pattern, you need to change the software of your mind. What, sir? Yes, software. I repeat, software. When you buy a mobile or when you buy a particular computer or laptop, when you buy new computer or new laptop or new mobile, some preloaded softwares are there in those devices. Yes or no? Absolutely. And whatever the new things you are going to store in them, no, those preloaded softwares are going to operate, and with the permission of them only, the new things are going to be stored. In the same way, in our mind also, you know, the process is happening, my dear friends. See, as per the computer language, this is the input, this is the CPU, and this is the output. I repeat, this is the input, this is the CPU, and this is the output. What you input, it is going to process in your CPU and it's going to come out from your mind. If you if your thoughts in Kannada language, and then input, what is going as an input? Kannada, and it is processing and it is going to come out. But if you change it as an English, no, okay, so then the central process unit CPU is going to produce the output as a English language. Okay, that's it only. So what preloaded software we have got? Our mother tongue. We need to bring the little changes in it. Okay, we need to tune it, we need to reprogram it. How we can reprogram our preloaded software? How we can start thinking in English? Only way, whatever the things you see in front of your eyes now onwards, start think, and start speak it in English. For example, when you get up in the morning, in front of your eyes, if you see book, instead of thinking it as a pustaka, just think it as a book. If you see water, instead of thinking it as a niru, you need to think it as a water. Continuously, whatever the things you see in front of your eyes, always try to think it in English, so that you can change your thinking pattern. Okay. And when you are going outside, when you are going to work, while you are working, whatever things are there in front of you, always try to think in English. If you see any person there, instead of thinking, hey, ಒಬ್ಬ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, just think it as a, the man is coming. Okay. ಅವನು ಬಂದ. Instead of thinking about it, just think in your mind, okay, he came, he come. You don't worry about you don't worry about you don't worry about what is the right sentence, whether it is a right sentence or wrong sentence, but try to think it in English. Don't worry about grammatical mistakes. When you do it continuously, then you are going to speak English very, very fluently. Okay, my dear friends, start with the small words. Whatever thing you see, you need to think it in English as a word. Number one. Number two, try to speak small sentences. Okay. When you are going outside, whether when vehicle is coming, we always think in our mind. When we see something, we always think in our mind, oh my God, ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಬೈಕ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಒಬ್ಬ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಎಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಅಂಗಡಿ ಇದೆ, ಈ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Instead of thinking in Kannada language, start thinking in English language. Oh my God, the one vehicle is coming. There's a boy, there's a girl. Okay, there's a shop. Oh, it's open. There are so many people are there. What they are doing there? Okay, in this way, we start thinking it in English and try to make a sentences. And sometime, if it is possible by you, think about some incidents in English. Whatever the incident happened in your life. Okay. Okay, just a minute. Give me 1 second. Okay. Okay, if possible, start thinking about some incidents and narrate them. Okay. No problem that you need not to speak in front of other people. Try to speak lonely. Okay. Try to speak yourself. Whenever you are going lonely in the road, try to speak it in yourself. Try to uh, think in English more, so that you can improve your spoken English. Okay, friends. So then, how many of you are going to start thinking in English now onward? Just type I think in English in a chat box. Just type I think in English in a chat box. Okay, Vinay is telling I think in English. Manish is telling I think in English. Akshita is telling I think. Okay. Manjunath is telling I think in English. Varuna is telling I think in English. Varun. Good. Wonderful. So now onwards, very important. Try to think in English. Wonderful. And if you want to speak English fluently, don't try to speak quickly. Don't try to speak fastly. The biggest mistake people used to do that whenever they are speaking English, they want to show other people that yes, I can also speak English. See, speaking English doesn't mean that speaking fast, or speaking English doesn't mean that speaking quickly. You know, if you want to speak English fluently, try to slow down yourself, try to speak slowly and more effectively. Don't be in a hurry burry manner. Well, I have seen so many people simply they try to impress others. When you start, when you try to impress others by speaking so fastly, on that time, you might become fail. Yes, my dear friends. Language is not that. Language doesn't mean that speaking it very fast. Language and communication is that whatever you speak, it has to be understood by the other person whom you are with speaking. Are you understanding what I am speaking? Very, very important. Now onwards, try to speak very slowly but more effectively. Well, but when you become master, when you become better, when you practice a lot, on that time you can increase your speed. But initially, as a beginner, if you want to improve yourself, try to speak slowly and more effectively. Is it clear? Wonderful. And the next thing is very, very important. What is that? Focus upon smoothness of your speech. You need to focus upon smoothness of your speech. Try to use polite language. Always you need to use polite language. I have seen some people, that they speak, hey, come ya, go ya, mayalla gaya ya. No, not like this. Okay. Uh, because once I went to an English medium school to conduct one workshop, there I saw that they were speaking the language like this. Hey, come ya, go ya, mayalla gaya ya. In this way, if you speak, you know, the language doesn't seem beautiful. Okay. When you speak English is very, very you know polite language and beautiful language if you speak it smoothly. Okay. So that's why I urge you, focus upon smoothness of your speech. Well, and are you making a notes or not, my dear friend? These all tips are very, very important. Are you making a notes? That's very, very important. Okay. So next, see, when you are speaking, complete your sentence first before what you thinking about what to say next. It means some people, what they do, instead of focusing upon what they are speaking right now, they start focusing upon what they are going to speak next. When we focus our mind on next sentence, what we are going to speak, then there might be chance of making a mistake what we speak in a present. Are you understanding? That's not only whenever you are speaking on that time, never think about the next sentence. Just focus and concentrate on what you are speaking at this particular time. When you focus your mind 100% what you are speaking in a present, then you speak it correctly. Sometimes what happens when you try to think more about oh my god, what I need to speak in future, what I need to say like this, what I need to say, what I need to speak in this way, if you start thinking about the future or what you are going to speak, those all next sentences, on that time there might be chance of making a mistakes in a present. Okay. So that's why focus your mind on present and try to you know try you don't try to think about what to say next. Just complete this sentence and go for and think about next sentence. Is clear, friends? Very important. Wonderful. And next, this is very, very important. Whenever you are speaking, see, I have observed, you need to avoid the some filler words. Filler words means what? Sometimes we always use that well, okay, in our Kannada also. ನಾವು ಮಾತನಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. So Ha, ha, ha. Okay. Yes. When we use particular filler words, because when we don't know what to say next, on that time we start using the filler words, my dear friends. We need to avoid them. Okay. Sometime, even though I also use some kind of a filler words, okay, but we need to avoid those all filler words. If you want to improve our English, instead of using the filler words, try to use the fast. When people they want to speak English, what they do, when they don't know what to say next sentence, when they forget something, they start using the filler words. On that time we use well, okay, like, you know, that. In this way they start using the filler words. Instead of using them, now one must start to use fast. Start to give a fast. When you are going to speak from one sentence to another sentence, when you don't remember the next sentence, on that time give a pass. That's what only earlier I told you. Speaking English language, it doesn't mean that speaking quickly or speaking fast. Okay, very important. Now onwards, try avoid, okay, avoid the filler words. So what kind of a filler words do you use in your language? Just type in a chat box. What kind of a filler words you use? Just think in your mind. Think in your mind. What kind of a filler words are you using? Just type in a chat box. Okay, Binay is telling yeah. Good. Mayank is telling whom. Very good. Tejas is telling okay. Good. While Kirti is telling ha. Saida is telling yes, okay, yeah, who. Manish is telling ha. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Nalini madam is telling I don't use any words. Yes. See, sometime what happens without knowing, we used to use such a kind of words, my dear friends. Without aware of, we use in our conversation, in our language. You need to find it out. For that sake, if you want to know your filler words, that's what only I tell you to record a videos. When you record a videos, on that time you can come to know which word continuously you are using in between in your speaking. Then try to avoid it. Instead of using those words, try to use pause. Pause means giving a gap between your speaking sentences. Have understood it? Very important. Try to avoid the filler words. Wonderful. And next, cover up time to think of reasons. Okay, you may take some cover up time. See, sometimes what happens when you are speaking, when we are speaking, when we don't know what to say next, we need to take cover up time. Okay, uh, that's what only I told you to take a fast. When you take a fast, think in your mind, okay, what I need to say next. When you take a fast, think in your mind what I need to say next. Take that cover up time to recover yourself and speak continuously. Okay, cover up time to think or reasons. And next, repeat the line with similar meaning. See, sometime when you forget to tell, when you forget to speak, what to say next. When you forget next sentence, on that time, repeat the line with a similar meaning. For example, for example, I go to school. This is a sentence. And if you forget the next sentence, You can speak the similar sentence. Okay, I go to school for learning. Okay, I go to school for getting education. In this way, you need to speak the sentence with a similar meaning so that you can get time for thinking what to speak next. Okay, friends, very important. So try to use these tricks. Okay, you can say I go to office. Well, and next, very important, you need to be you need to become able to talk about variety of subject. You need to practice to speak on variety, various subject, some different subjects. So that's what only. Now I am giving you daily one task. Yes. Do you remember that in earlier classes I gave you some assignments? uh, Speak about what you do, three things on your birthday. Speak about what you do for your parents. Speak about what is your goal. Okay, what three things you do for your country. I gave some assignments. No, some people you did it very well, some people you didn't do it. See, when you continuously uh, doing the videos and practicing these kind of a things, these kind of a topics, so you will become better to speak in a different topics, my dear friends. As you speak in Kannada, okay, if I give some topics to speak in Kannada, you can speak. Just imagine that when you are along with your friends, you speak on different topics continuously, isn't it? In the same way, you need to try to speak in English. You need to take a different topic, different subject, and start speaking it so that you can get fluency in your language. Okay, friends. So then, how many of you are going to practice this method? It means speaking in a different topics now onward. Just type I in a chat box. Vinay is telling I. Yes, Nadi Medium is telling I. Okay. Are you using this particular method? Anybody are using? Good, good, good. Okay. And as I told you, you need to speak slowly but more effectively. But the effective speed of speaking English or any language, you need to speak out the words minimum 125 to 130 words per minute. Minimum 125 to 130 words per minute. Okay. So then tell me, what is your face? What is your face? No? What is your face? The face of speaking English should reach your face in your native language. How you speak in your native language, how you speak in your mother tongue, how many words you speak in your mother tongue. When you reach the same kind of a pace in English, then then you are going to become better. Okay, when you maintain the same kind of a speed in English also as you speak in Kannada language, on that time you may become better. Now just tell me, what is your face? How many words do you speak per minute? Come on, just type in a chat box. As per your awareness, as you know yourself, per minute, how many words do you speak? Vinay is telling 60, Tejas is telling 80. Good. Manish is telling I can finish 80. No, it is not a task, Manish. I'm telling you. Okay, you need to judge yourself. It's a matter of speaking language. Okay, okay. Nadi madam is telling no idea, sir. That's what only I told you to make a videos, my dear friends. When you make a video, you can evaluate yourself. Okay. You can come to know. You can come to know that what is our speed, and then how many words I can be able to speak, where I struck, then how can I improve. These all things you can come to know only when you make a video. Okay, Punit is telling 80 to 90, but effective speed is 125 to 130 per words. Well, when you become better and better, you can go up to 200 words also, no problem. Suppose if you start speaking in your mother tongue, now you can speak up to 300 words, more than 300 words per minute. Okay, because in that way you speak. In the same way, if you try to speak it in English, it's very difficult. As I told you, first you need to try to reach the effective speed of 125 to 130 words per minute. Then gradually, then slowly increase this, in your speaking. Okay, friends, wonderful. And next, listening and observing. This is very important. You try to listen more. You know, if you want to speak more, you try to listen more. This is very important, because what we continuously listen is going to come out from our mouth as a words, as a sentences, as a language. Yes, you might have seen the dumb and deaf. If you see the dumb people, the person who cannot speak is called as a dumb. Then think in your mind, why that person cannot speak language. If the person is deaf, if he never listens something, then he is going to become dumb also. Yes, my dear friends, we can be able to speak language only when we start listening. Yes, because the input is very important. That's not only, I urge you, I tell you, I recommend you, try to listen more, and try to observe it. It means you need to understand it and start speaking more English. Wonderful. So, do you listen something in English daily? Anybody? If you are listening something in English, please type in a chat box what you are listening, what you listen daily. Is there anybody they listen daily in English? Yes, Mayank is telling music. Good. Vinay is telling English piece. That's very good. Tejas is telling news. Akshata is telling English movie. Manish is telling I'm listening music. See, simply listening music, we can't improve English language, my dear friends. Okay, you need to, instead of listening to music, try to listen to English news channels, English news or English movies. Okay, okay, yes, Nadi madam is telling that if anyone speak English, I will observe. Okay, that's good. But now onwards, make it as a ritual. Okay, listening at least 30 minutes. Okay, you need to make a ritual that at least 30 minutes I listen English, whatever it may be. It may be English news, it may be English movies. Okay, whatever it may be, you try to listen it. Well, good, wonderful. And next, this is very important, my dear friends. If you want to speak English fluently, you should not be afraid of making mistakes. Yes, this is very important. I have seen so many people, why they are unable to speak English is because they always afraid of making a mistakes. If you want to learn anything in a faster way, you need to make a mistakes, because when you make a mistakes, then only you can be able to learn it. Now tell me, any skills what you have learned in the past. It might be swimming, it may be playing a chess, or it might be cycling, anything. It may be car driving, anything. You might have got any kind of skills. Now tell me, without making a mistake, did you learn it suddenly? No, you made so many mistakes there, isn't it? While even learning cycling also, we fell down so many times. Okay, we did a mistake so many times. So then we could be able to drive a bicycle, or drive a vehicle. After making so many mistakes, we could be able to drive a car also, isn't it? In the same way, when you are going to speak English, you should not be afraid of making mistake while speaking. You don't worry about others. Okay, your job is to speak English continuously, no matter that if you are speaking wrong sentences, no matter that if you are making a mistakes in grammar, no problem. But try to speak always, try to speak always. Okay, you don't bother about that whether you are speaking it right or wrong. Just try to speak. The only way to learn language is by speaking continuously, by speaking continuously, by speaking continuously, by making a mistakes, by making a mistakes. But one thing you must remember, making mistakes is okay if you make it at one time. But remember that you should not repeat the same mistake again and again. You can make other mistakes. You can make fresh mistakes. Mistake is a mistake if you don't know about it. If you mistake, if you commit a mistake, then it is not a mistake. But knowing that what to speak correctly, if you make a mistake, then that is the mistake. Are you understanding? Thomas Alva Edison, while inventing the bulb, he did 10,000 times mistake, my dear friends. Yes, he failed 10,000 times. But Thomas Alva Edison, you know, among the 10,000 mistakes, no single mistake was the same mistake. They were different mistakes. He found 10,000 new ways how not to find the bulb. That's not only he could be able to find the bulb, and then he could give a light to the whole world. We are very fortunate that we are under the tube light. We are under the light now is because of invention of Thomas Alva Edison. Okay, so now onwards, don't stop yourself. So many people, that when they commit a mistake, when others tell them, hey, he was speaking wrong, then they stop speaking completely. You should not do like this. If anybody tells you you are speaking wrong, then tell them that, okay, I can improve. Okay, I will improve. But don't stop. Don't discourage yourself. Always try to speak something. Always speak out the words so that you can be able to speak English very, very fluently. It is not what others tell you, it is that what you say about yourself. I repeat, it is not what others tell you, it is that what you tell yourself. ಜನ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಿ, that's very, very important. Okay, now onwards, don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged when you make a mistake. Just go on and speak, 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 speak continuously so that you can improve your language. Okay, friends. So then, how many of you are ready to make a mistakes? Just type I in the chat box. Yes, Nadi madam is telling after making a mistakes only we can learn. Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, it's very good. Yes, everybody saying I. Wonderful, wonderful. See, nobody can claim that I am a number one in any one field. See, learning is a continuous process, my dear friends. Nobody can claim that I am number one. If anybody are telling that I am number one in any field, means they are fool. Yes, the daily a new day brings the new kind of opportunities to our life. Language evolves itself daily. Language evolves, improves itself time to time. We can't say that yes, we are number one, we are I am perfect in spoken English. Not like this. In any language, in any language, that the language learning is a continuous process, my dear friends. Okay, so that's what only. When you are speaking, don't say that, don't think that, okay, I am making a mistakes. Just try to make a mistakes more so that you can learn in a better way. Wonderful. And always be proud and be happy about yourself. Okay, whatever the position you are having. Yes, whatever position are you in, you might be in a position that to speak English 10% or 20%, or you are in a position to speak English 50%. No problem. Be proud about yourself and be happy always. Okay, wonderful. Being happy is very, very important, my dear friends, because when we are happy, you know, we get success in our life. Some people, what they do, that they always feel sad. Oh my god, I cannot speak English. Oh my god, language is not coming to me. Oh my god, how they are speaking very well, I'm not able to speak even single sentence. If you think in this way, then you feel depressed, my dear friends. If you want to be always happy, now onward, stop comparing yourself with the others life. Okay, stop comparing. Okay, stop comparing yourself with others. Okay, you are unique and you are number one. Always think that I am unique. I am unique, I am super, I am the top of the world, I am the best, I am the champion, I am the best, I am the champion. You never compare yourself with others. If anybody is speaking English better than you, it means that they might have put a extra effort to improve themselves. Think in your mind that, okay, if I also put extra effort to improve myself, even I can also speak English fluently like them. Think in this way. If anybody is getting success more than you in any field, instead of comparing yourself with them, you need to think in your mind, okay, that guy, that person might have put a extra efforts to get a success. Now onwards, I also put extra efforts and even I also can get succeed. Are you understanding my point? It's very, very important. If you want to be happy, if you want to become happy in your life, always stop comparing your life with a other's life. Okay, wonderful. And always be proud about yourself. What you are now, accept yourself. Okay, thank God. Thank God that you need to express the gratitude to God for giving us such a kind of a wonderful life. Okay, so now onwards, be proud about yourself and be happy. How many of you are proud about yourself? Just type I proud. Just I am proud. I am proud. Just type I am proud. Just type I am proud. Okay, very good, very good, very good. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, friends. Okay, and this is very, very important. Practice and record yourself. It means if you want to improve yourself, always you need to practice and record yourself. That's certainly whatever the assignments I give you, you need to practice them several times and then record a video and see yourself so that you can come to know what are your mistakes, okay, in which area you can improve yourself. Well, so practice and record and structure your speech. You need to structure your speech. It means that at the beginning what I need to speak, at the middle of the talk what I need to speak, then how should I end the speech. Okay, you need to structure your speech. When you structure your speech, then only you can be able to speak it fluently. Okay, then how you need to structure your speech, I am going to take one extra mastermind session, and I'm going to, in that session I'm going to teach you, about public speaking. When I teach you those all skills, then you will become better to structure your speech, my dear friends. Okay, good. And always talk to yourself. Okay. Earlier in thinking in English, I told you you need to talk to yourself. Okay. It is called self-talk because what we talk in our mind, you know, that's going to come out from our mind, isn't it? So whatever the self-talk is there, no, you need to think it in as a positive language. You need to give a suggestion in a positive way. Think always that yes, I am positive, I'm better, I'm the best, I'm the champion, I can speak English well. In this way, talk to yourself always so that you can improve yourself. Wonderful. And start doing and stop being shy. This is very very important. Why so many people they are unable to speak English language? Because they are very shy. you know if you want to improve yourself, you need to bring out the shyness from your life, my dear friends. Yes, you need to remove it out. If you are having a shyness, then you are not going to get success in your life. So many people, what they think in their mind, oh my God, if I speak in English, if I make a mistake, what that person may tell to me? Okay, what those people may think about me? In this way, they shy themselves. Okay, that's certainly they never start to speak English. Instead of saying, start doing something. When you start doing something, then only your shyness is going to be vanished out. Yes, my dear friends, you need to be bold. You need to be bold. You need to become a bold person. Don't be shy. When you are having a shyness, you feel low confident person. You feel low confidence. When you are having a courage, when you are having a boldness, on that time you feel high confidence. So many people in an interview, I have observed so many students, why they fail in an interview. It's because they don't feel courageous, they don't feel bold, they get the shyness in their mind. That's not only when you get the shyness in your mind, on that time you never going to be open up. Yes, you always try to be alone more rather than along with the people. I've seen so many students, so many people, if anybody comes to their home, they don't speak with them because they always shy. Not only in English, even in Kannada also, they don't speak. Okay, so now one must start doing and stop being shy. Some people, if I always say that make a videos, make a videos, make a videos. Why so many people they never do it? It's because they are having a shyness. When you are having a shyness, then how you are going to improve yourself, my dear friends? What is stopping you? That is shyness. What is stopping you to make a videos? Shyness. What is stopping you to not to speak English? That is shyness. You need to remove it out from your life now onwards. Okay, how many of you are ready to throw out the shyness from your life? Just type I in a chat box. Just type I in a chat box. Yes, Vinay, Sai Krishna, Varun, Manish. Yes, Nadi madam. Very good, Akshata. Wonderful, wonderful, super, super, super. Okay, so now onwards, throw the shyness out from your life and become better. Okay, and this is very, very important. Practicing, tongue twisters. Okay, if you want to speak English fluently, you need to practice the tongue twisters because when we are speaking language, we need to get exercise our tongue. Okay, how we speak Kannada language very fast. If you want to speak English language in the same manner, means you need to give a practice to your tongue. You need to practice the tongue twister. See here, big black bear beat a big black bug and the big black bug blade black blood. Yeah, in such a kind of a, tongue twisters, you need to practice. Peter Packer uh, picked up a pack of pickled and see some kind of tongue twisters are there. You need to practice them. Okay, when you practice such a kind of a tongue twisters, on that time your tongue is going to be exercised more and you can improve yourself more. Okay, very good, very good, wonderful. Okay, and next get more out of listening. Whenever you are listening something, try to become observer. As the Nalini madam said before, I observe always when others speak. You need to become a good observer if you want to improve your English, my dear friends. See, whenever you are listening something, whenever you are watching something, on that time you need to get more out of by listening. Absolutely, I always say that you need to listen more. When you listen more, your mind should focus on what they are speaking. Okay, don't but that don't try to find out the mistakes what the people are making. Okay, try to focus on what they are speaking. That's all. Your duty is not to judge other people. Your duty is to listening. Some people that they always try to find out the mistakes what other people make. you know Such a people, yes, I can say that they are always fault finders. When you try to focus your mind on what is wrong instead of what is right, on that time you are getting a negative thoughts to your mind, my dear friends. Instead of finding the fault, just try to find what is right in him, what is right in them. Okay, so get more out of listening. How many of you are going to find stop now onward? How many of you are going to stop finding the faults in others? Just type I stop finding faults. ISF in a chat box. ISF in a chat box. Yes, yes, yes. Very good, very good, very good, very good. Okay, okay. Wonderful, wonderful. So nice, so nice. Okay, my dear friends. And this is very, very important. Stop worrying about a grammar while speaking. Okay. See, in an initial stage, you learn grammar, you learn rules and regulations, each and everything. But once when you learn it, stop thinking about it, stop worrying about it. So many people I have observed that why they hesitate to speak English, because they think in their mind that if I speak in English, I may make a grammar mistakes. Hello, my dear friends, you are not you are not speaking a subject, you are speaking a language. Yes, spoken language is different, written languages are different, my dear friends. Okay, in written language grammar is very, very important, but in spoken language grammar is important but not as much. you know if you think in Kannada also, do you think that do you think that do we speak grammatical Kannada? Yes, ವ್ಯಾಕರಣಬದ್ಧವಾಗಿ ಕನ್ನಡ ಭಾಷೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾತನಾಡ್ತೀವ? Do you think that? No, no. We make a lot of mistake while speaking Kannada language also. If you ask to the Kannada Panditas, okay, they may find so many mistakes in your Kannada language also. Yes, my dear friends. But even though we speak Kannada language, in the same way in English also, it doesn't mean that you need to speak right always. Okay, you can speak, you can make a mistakes, you can make a grammar mistake, no problem, but try to speak. If you are communicating the message to other person, then that's okay, no problem. Suppose, see, now if I go to England, I don't know any single English words. Okay, I don't know any single English words. Okay, now if I go to England and I become thirsty, okay, I desperately need a water. Well, but I don't know what in English ನೀರಿಗೆ ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. I don't know. Then suddenly I see on shop there one person is drinking a water. Okay, then I go there. hmm, uh, then I stay there and that person tells that give me water. Then I think that, oh ho, Niru is equal to water in English. Then I asked to shopkeeper, give him offering some money and tell him to give water. How? I don't tell, please give me water. I only tell water, please. Water, water. Even please also I don't add. Only I tell water, water. Is it a grammatically correct? No. If you think that, if you think in a grammatical way, this is a wrong sentence. Only speaking water. But in spoken English, the message is going to be understood to others. So that's it only in spoken English. You know, it is not that you are using correct grammar or not. It is that are you communicating with others in a right manner? Whatever you are speaking, is it going to be understood to others? If others are understanding what you are speaking, then don't bother about your grammar mistakes. Is it clear, my dear friends? Is it clear? Okay. If it is clear, please type clear in the chat box then. Clear in the chat box. However, I am going to teach you the correct grammar, how correctly you need to speak. I am going to teach you. But don't worry about grammar mistakes. You know, 2 to 3 days ago, one of our participants asked me that, sir, I did a grammar mistake in video, but you didn't tell me. And I told him that, yes, you did a mistake, but if I had told you, yes, you did a mistake in a grammar, then you wouldn't have made other videos. Yes, when you make videos on that time, you make so many mistakes, my dear friends. But on that time, I don't discourage you, but my motto is to make a habit in your mind, make a habit in you to make a videos continuously, to practice continuously. When you practice continuously, when you make a videos continuously, then automatically you are going to improve in a better way. You are going to improve your language. Slowly, the mistakes are going to be decreased and you are going to become a fluent speaker. Okay, my dear friends, very important. Now onwards, don't worry too much about a grammar mistake. Try to speak well. Next, and next, this is very, very important. Always try to learn from everyone. Yes, my dear friends, whoever you meet in your day-to-day life, always learn from all persons whom you meet, because any person can teach you something. In our life, some people always, they, what they do, they always see the successful people. They always want to learn from successful people. No, sometimes we need to learn from failure persons also. Yes, when you learn from failure persons, you may become better and better in your life, my dear friends. Yes, when you learn from successful person, on that time you may get Yes, some good tips to get success in your life. But when you learn from failure person, on that time you may get a courage how to face failure in your life. Even though I always believe that each and every successful person might have gone through the so many failures. After going so many failures only, the successful person can get success in his life. Yes. So that's what only whoever I meet in my day-to-day life, you know, I always learn from all of them. Even though I'm meeting a elder person, even though I'm meeting a small kid, even though I'm meeting a educated person, even though I'm meeting a uneducated person, I don't bother about learning from them. My mind always focus on what can I learn from them. Okay, very important. So now onwards, learn from everyone who you meet in your day-to-day life. Okay, how many of you implement this particular habit? Just type I in a chat box. Just type I in a chat box. Very important, very important. Good, 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 good. Very good, very good. Super, 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 super. Okay, and see, when you want to improve your speaking, if you want to improve your speaking, my dear friends, try to read loudly. Okay, read full sentences and read loudly. I always say that reading English is very very important, but you need to read it loudly. See, sometime you know that when I ask people, do you read English newspaper daily, they say yes. But why your English is not improving? It's because they read it in their mind. They don't read it through tongue. That is the problem. When you are reading a book, English book, or you may be reading an English newspaper, try to read full sentences with a loud voice. Okay? Orally you need to read. Don't murmur. Okay? Don't read it in a low voice. Read it loudly. When you read it loudly, your tongue is going to be exercised. When your tongue is going to be exercised, then only you could be able to, speak English fluently. I got it. Very important. Now onwards, read full sentences and loudly. Okay. And speed reading is also important, my dear friends. Speed reading means when you are reading, always make a habit of daily 5 minutes, read it slowly first time. And again, once again, read the same thing little faster. And once again, read it very speed. In a very speed manner, you need to read it. When you practice this one, your fluency can be improved a lot. Wonderful. And identify pauses. Okay. When you are observing others, when you are observing great speakers, when you are observing native English speakers, try to observe where they are using a pause. Where they are using a pause. Pause means what? Giving gap between speaking. At least minimum 5 to 10 seconds pause you need to take. Okay. You try to observe, identify how effectively they are using a process. You know, the great speakers, the successful speakers in the whole world, they always use this particular method. They always use the pauses whenever they say something very important point. Because when they give a fast, then only that important point is going to be in people's subconscious mind. Well, so now onwards, identify the pauses and always try to speak simple sentences. Okay, try to make it simple and clear, my dear friends. You need not you need not use a difficult vocabulary. You need not use a difficult vocabulary like Shashi Tharoor. If you observe, Shashi Tharoor is the one of the best English speaker in India. But always, if you want to understand his language, you can never understand. It's because he always speaks in a difficult vocabulary. His language, if you observe, that. We cannot understand it suddenly. You may ask a question, sir. We should know. Should we not learn more vocabulary in our language, sir? Yes, you may learn. You may learn, but try to speak it in simple sentence. According to your opponent person, you need to decide in which language you need to speak. If the person is good to understand your language, then you can use the difficult words, then you can use the different words. If the person is a normal person, he cannot understand the different language, different words, what we use, then what is the use of using them there? It is not our duty to show other people that I know more words. You know, it's very, very important. What you speak, it has to be understood to others. That's what only I always tell you. Use simple sentences in a simple manner. Speak slowly and more effectively. Okay, friends? Very, very important. And encourage interactions. Encourage interaction with whom you are speaking always. Always encourage them to interact with you. Well, if anybody is speaking, then you need to stop. You need to listen them. Interact with them by asking some questions in between the conversation. Well, but you need to encourage them. This is very, very important. And identify speaking errors, not others, yours. I okay. Identify your speaking errors. Yes, I add here. And always identify your speaking errors. Okay, that's what only I always tell that you need to make a videos. When you make a videos, you can identify your speaking errors. When you identify your speaking errors, then only you can improve yourself. That's why try to make a videos more. Next, understand it as a easy as your native language. Okay, you, that's what I told you. Don't differentiate that English is a different, Kannada is a different. Don't differentiate in your mind. Okay, understand it as easy as our native language. As we speak Kannada language, in the same way we can speak English also. When you understand it in this way, you can speak very, very fluent English in a short duration of the time. Wonderful. And next, accept the language. You need to accept the English language, my dear friends. See, some people, they always, that they hate English. That's not only, when they hate particular thing, that thing is not going to come to your life, my dear friends. Okay, you need to always love a language if you want to speak English. Okay, so that's what you type in a chat box, I love English. Type in a chat box, I love English. Just type in a chat box, I love English. Good. Vinay is telling I love English. Mamta is telling I love English. Manish is telling I love English. Saida, very good, very good. Okay, because when you love something, that's going to come in your life more and more. Yes, in your life also. Whom you show more love, they come and meet you daily, isn't it? Whom you hate in your life, they never come and meet you in your day-to-day life. In the same way, language also, subject also. If you're a student, if you hate some subjects, those subjects are not going to become easy to you. Instead of hating them, start loving them and see the miracle. Those subjects are going to become very, very easier to you. Okay, so that's what only this law and this principle applicable to speaking languages also. Okay, so many people, why they are unable to speak English language is because they always think in their mind that, okay, English is difficult to me, I hate this language. English is difficult to me, I hate this language. That's it only, they cannot learn that language. And English was difficult to them, English is difficult to them, and English will be difficult to them forever in until their life, until their last breath. Have you understood? Very important, accept the language. And if you want to improve your spoken English, my dear friends, I recommend you join some groups. Okay, join some speaking groups. Well, make your friends group, make some friends spoken English club like this. Make it okay through WhatsApp. Just try to speak with others so that you can improve. Make a community group. Otherwise, hmm? In that community group, you need to share a content about English only, and otherwise, if it is not possible, talk to your close ones in your home in English only. Talk to your brothers, talk to your sisters, talk to your children, talk to your husband, talk to your wife. Okay, talk to your talk with your neighbors. Okay, talk with your friends. Try to speak it in English. They may tell that, hey, what happened to you? You are speaking in English only. I'm not understanding. Then tell them, you are not understanding. That's good. Understanding is your problem, but speaking is speaking is my duty. I want to improve my English. That's what only I always speak in English only. Try to communicate. Just think in your mind, how many sentences do you use in your home daily in English? Very often. Even though our motto, even though our mission is to speak English fluently, but we don't try to speak in English in our home. That is the problem. Again, we try to speak in Kannada language. That's certainly we are not improving ourselves. Okay, now onwards, make a groups, join any group or make a community group. Okay, in that community group, remember the same like-minded people like you should be there. If the some kind of other people are there, means they, that they create some kind of other things. Well, don't mingle with such a kind of people. You need to mingle with the people, those who are like-minded like you. Their intention also should be to speak English fluently. Okay, friends. So in our group also, we are having the community, hmm? And all people's motto is to improve their English. That's not only. If you find any content which is good to improve English, you can say that content to in a group. But remember, it has to be for only English, not other content, not other canard news. Yes, canard messages. Don't share them. Okay, friends, wonderful. And last but not the least, repetition is equal to retention. Okay, you always repeat the things. You always repeat the things. Well, whatever things I teach in a class, you always re-practice it, because repetition is the mother of memory. Remember, interest is the father of memory, repetition is the mother of memory. When you continuously practice repetition, then you are going to better and better and better, and you can improve yourself more. Got it? Well, well, friends, these all tips, I gave you to improve your spoken English. Wonderful. Okay, so then how many of you loved these all tips? Just type I in a chat box. How many of you loved these all tips today? Just type I in a chat box. Wonderful, wonderful, super, very good. So have you understood? Have you understood? If you have understood, please type clear in the chat box. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, friends. Okay. Now, if you have any kind of a doubts, you may ask. Now, if you have got any kind of doubts, you may ask. Okay. If you have got any doubts, you may ask. If you don't have doubts, just type no doubt. Sai Krishna is telling, yes, I have. Okay, friends, then with this, I'm going to end the today's session. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye. Sorry, have a nice day. Bye bye.